During a line-by-line examination of the Office of the President's projected spending for the year, the question was put to the Parliamentary Affairs and Governance Minister, Gail Teixeira, by Leader of the Opposition, Joseph Harmon, about the emoluments as well as requirements for the position of the National Security Advisor, Captain Gerry Gouveia.
The National Security Advisor receives 20,000 duty and 15,000 for telephone. Those are the only two allowances he gets, other than the 700,000. So it seems, and that the date of appointment, the 8th of August, 2020.
While Teixeira posited that the requirement for the job as National Security Advisor includes having a background in security, research shows that Captain Gouveia is a veteran airline transport pilot with 40 years of service in the aviation, security and tourism sectors in Guyana. Teixeira further claims that Gouveia is a former military officer, having served in excess of a decade in the Ghana Defence Force as the chief pilot of the Army Air Corps. It also came to light during the consideration of estimates that some $100 million has been budgeted for the strengthening of the country's borders and maritime spaces, as well as to be utilized to further Ghana's border controversy case with its neighbor, Venezuela, which is currently before the International Court of Justice, ICJ.
This heading 6294 relates to operational activities with regard to our territorial and marine activities. And I'm sure the Honourable Member knows that we have issues with some of our neighbor, We are before the ICJ, and that we have to also heighten some of our activities. This is $100 million under this head of Defense and National Security.
The total current expenditure for the Office of the President for 2021 amounts to a little over $1 billion. It was proffered by Minister Teixeira that while the Office of the President employed some 46 persons in 2020, that number has since increased to 70. Therefore, the expenditure of this agency has also increased. She posited that in 2020, roughly $26 million was earmarked for payment to the 46 staff members, while this year, $145 million has been allocated. Through a request made by the Leader of the Opposition, the Minister laid over the monthly salaries of those additional staff. They are as follows: a presidential advisor who earns $700,000, a national security advisor who also earns $700,000, a director of policy, projects and public affairs earning $350,000, a technical services coordinator who bags $298,000, director of operations $200,000, a press secretary $400,000, an assistant press secretary $300,000, a junior communications officer $150,000, an administrative assistant $200,000, an admin support officer $150,000, an editor $260,000, a technical assistant, as well as two gardeners who earn $102,058 among themselves, two cooks who each earn $70,000, a receptionist and secretary who earns $115,000, a senior household service worker taking home $120,000, four household service workers who earn $70,000 each, and a security officer who earns $120,000. Wendell Badrie, HGP Nightly News.